Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today it's a card inspired by Barb Capon, one of my teammates. She shared this on our team and on our create page on Facebook, and everybody went wow. And it is a wow card. I don't know if I can do as justice as Barb's card, but I will share her picture on my blog with mine. You can look below in the link, and I'm going to have all supplies and share her card with mine. So this is the one that I done. This is on Heavy Whisper cardstock. This one here was on watercolor paper, and this is over 24 hours and it's still not dry, and I used the heat tool, and I didn't have no luck with the Whisper White. It's going to dry in a while, but here in Texas it's so humid that nothing seemed to dry even with the heat tool. So working with the craft ink, you can see when it dry, the color pull out on watercolor paper. So I don't recommend that. So I'm going to put this one aside. This one here, I was done on heavy cardstock, and as the white dry, I had to keep on adding. So Michelle said, what about the paste? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So you see, this is a team effort here. So I'm like, I absolutely love the shimmer paste or the white paste. You can use the white or the shimmer. And I choose the shimmer one because you get the glitter in it for winter. So you can do just white, so then you don't have the glitter. So whatever worked for you. I'm looking here. I think I get white right here. Maybe we want to try the next one in white here. I'm trying to think if this is white or silver. So if I get white, we will use white. Okay, I do have white. So the one that I'm going to do live, we're going to use white. So then if you don't like the glitter, sometimes it take a little bit from the snow, we're going to use white. So you're going to see both. So let's get started. Like I said, this is Whisper White heavy cardstock, and I really recommend heavy cardstock. Now I'm using the Heartland stamp set. And this was, let me think, I don't want to move it because the other one it's done. This was on wood. I'm going to have a video at the end of this one that I share how to remove this and have it on cling here. So I'm using Memento ink. And yes, Memento ink, because we're going to use blends. So let's close this here, and it doesn't matter if it's stamped very well because we're going to stamp it again, okay? Oh, I want to right at the top there. Here we go. So that's going to be done. Now let me remove this here a little bit so we get place to work. Let me make sure that I'm still in the view here. Here we go. So what I done to color, I use a few different color. But like the silver, I use the dark smoky slate, and that was for the top here, like the metal on the silo. And let me think here, the roof, my goodness, the roof, I use the basic black, and I use the blend. That seemed that the color that with blends will not seep through the paste, or it will not seep through neither if you use the white ink. So I colored the whole thing, and it was quick. And then Cherry Cobbler, the dark one, to color this. And then the trees, I didn't do nothing. The silo, it's color in that also. Then when this is all done coloring, let's remove that. Let me bring this one, and you see someplace it's kind of light color. What I done, and I use soft suede for the doors and the windows, I should say. So I use the color lifter, and I aged my barn a little bit, so I didn't really shade, and then the door even more, and then there, and then you can shade a little bit on the roof too. So I just add a little bit, not shade, but make it look a little bit older, put it that way, if that makes any sense. So you can see the different tone colors in this. So I didn't really blend it, I just left the color. So here it's the smoky slate, the light, and the light there. So really it's 3 colors. I got cherry cobbler, basic blacks, smoky slate, oh, and soft suede. Did I say that? That's it. And here, don't worry about any of that. Now we're gonna, after we done with all the coloring, you're gonna bring back, that's why I wanted my Stamparatus. I took that off my wood. I could have used the Stamp-A-Majig, but that would have been even more work, right? The Stamparatus, it's so friendly. Now you're gonna ink this again with the Memento, and then stamp it again, and that's going to give you so much more definition to stamp after you color. So even if you don't put any paste or white ink, when you do a big coloring like that, boom, see how much more detail we got. It is lovely. So the Stamparatus, it's awesome for that, because you can go back at the exact same spot. Now next step, I tear up a piece of copy paper, and we're going to use Balmy Blue. And now let's see which, I don't have those. Okay, this is gray. This is Balmy Blue. And this, so it's 3 color really. I'm going to start with, which color was that? Was that? Yeah, Balmy Blue. I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo. And if you guys been following me on my blog or on my Facebook, you know that I share a lot of pictures of sunset, and especially when I was in Cheyenne, we do have those pink sunrise and sunset there. So I'm tapping that here, my sponge, because I don't want it all blow like this. So you want soft. So I go right at the top of the barn here, and I'm going to go a little motion round. And again, you're going to say, well, why you take so much off and then you go back? It's because when you start, it would have a big, you see the chunk there? So that's how you sponge smoothly. And here, I'm not pressing hard. I go very gentle. And that's about right for show the sunset rising. I'm going to keep that open in case I need more. Now, I'm going to go with the Balmy Blue. And again, you see, and that I'm going to cover it up pretty much all with gray. I just want a base in the bag that it's not so dark, so I get a tint of blue there. So I'm thinking of a winter sunrise, and if you guys been up north and you get up early enough to see the sunrise, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of gray, but then you get the sunrise through that. It's completely beautiful in my opinion. No, I'm gonna go not smoky slate. I'm gonna go with basic gray. I started with smoky slate and I said no, I can go darker. So I'm going again on the top there. Now I'm gonna go on the side, starting on the side, and I'm gonna go darker on the side. So I'm still going to keep a bit of blue in it, but it won't be much, to be honest. So, and when I saw Barb's card, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't think I can do this. But you know what? Never say you can't. Try it before you say you can't. I think this is beyond gorgeous in my book. So I don't pay attention to if I go on top of it. That's perfectly fine. So you see, you still have the blue tone a bit in this. Oh, I did a lovely job, I think. Now I'm going to come back with my blue a little bit. Just bring a bit more blue in this. Because I wanted more of the dark on the outside there. Here we go. Perfect. Now, keeping the blue, let me close those one here because I really don't want to, let me maybe a bit more here. Here we go. I don't want to put the wrong ink in the wrong color. Now, I just ripped this here, and we're going to do like the snowbank. So, I'm bringing my balmy blue here, and again, start on this paper, and just push it up a little bit. First, you're going to see, we don't see it, you're going to see when I move, see, boom. It really do look like the snowdrift, I think. And I'm going on top of the grass. You're going to see why you stamp the grass. Well, to be honest, in the winter, before it covered all of snow, the snow come through the grass. It don't grow, but it's there. And it come through the snow till it's completely covered. So I think you do want to have the grass there. Not green grass, it should be brown grass, right? But it's going to all look good by the time we're done. Here we go. And then I'm going to add a little bit at the bottom here. Okay, so now this is done. Now the next step that you want to do is use the craft ink, or I prefer to use, like I said, the paste. The other one was the shimmer paste. This one here, it is just the white one. One thing, you can use the putty. I did some with the putty, but I find with my a brush it's easier. Just push that, 1 minute here. So you're just going to put your snow, here we go. And again there. Where is my putty? Let me try a bit more with my putty here to do the side. So you can play with both of them and see. Yeah, I rather have my brush here. So you're just going to go on the side and then add some on the roof. And then I got a little brush that, see, it got a little bit heavy. I was heavy on it and broke it. And then this is what I use, this little brush for the trees. So I just tap, tap, tap. So depends what you like. If you like the glitter, oops, I got some on me. If you like the glitter, go ahead and use the shimmer. If not, use the white. Either one, it's good. It's no right and wrong. And then I just went and cover, see? And then again, and then where my blue is, I just went and add a little, here we go, add a bit all around. Then this is going to have to let dry. After it's dry, you're going to come with, well, I'm going to put a little bit there. Okay, I would let that dry, and I'm not, in the top it's not done and so on, but you get the jig. Now I'm using from the Country Road, I think it's Country Road, I'm blank right now. Yes, Country Road, I'm using the wheat there, and I use gray granite. And it was dark a little bit. Sarah sand was not dark enough. So this I'm going to have a mess because it's not dry. So you want to leave some space there. I'm going to take this, stamp off, come right here. Okay, I got a little bit. Let me clean my stamp as I go here so we can do a little bit more so you can see where I'm going with this. Like I said, I would let that dry. You can stamp before you start the snow, but it's just sometimes I wanted some like under, not all on top. This is direct. Stamp off. You know what? Let me remove a bit there. Here we go. I don't want no... here we go, direct. So use some in different color. Some stamp off and not stamp off. This is a no-no here, so you want to make sure that you don't keep any of the... So do that before, I guess. I did mine after it was dry, but if you want to do it before, that would work even better, I think. Stamp off. More over there. Here we go. So now I got my wheat done. I can go ahead and keep on adding over here on the snow. And I would go ahead and add a little bit more after it dry, because if you keep on adding when it's not dry, really we're getting just a lump of this. So see here, I'm going to go with the little bushes there, little bushes here. Let me... and over here. And Barb took not a Q-tips, but she said she used a toothpick. I'm gonna put some on top of the door there. See? And my glitter paste was a lot lighter than this one, more liquidy. Put it that way. It was a little bit easier to work with. Here we go. So now I'm going to let some of this dry, and then I will come back. Here, I can put a big chunk by the door here. Come back and add a bit here and there. So that is it, my friend, on how to do this. Yes, it's a little bit of fussing, but I think it's beyond gorgeous. So I'm going to keep on adding. See, I get more snow and so on. I'm going to keep on adding my snow. And see the finished product, just visit my blog. Right below you get the link, and or above. And also I'm going to have all the supplies that I use. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend.